Welcome back to another episode of Jason's Bricks and 5, where we discuss LEGO content in videos of 5 minutes or less. Today, we are going to build and review the Brickheadz Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader. This one just came out August 1st. However, in addition to the build, I'm going to tell you quickly how I was able to get a copy of this in May, and additionally, how I was able to get a $300 minifigure by buying this set. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at the set and review the build. I think they actually look really good. You know, Brickheadz, they do have that blocky feel, that toy-esque feel. I know they're not necessarily for everybody, aware of that. For the longest time, I thought they were not very good. Some time ago, there was a couple that came out and I liked them, and so one of the worst things you can do in Lego is start to like something after it's come out. I'm sure many of you know that, because if you want to go back and find older sets, just become more expensive. But I do like this one. I think that they've done a great job. A couple of things I'll point out. So with the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure, I really like how they did the hair in the back. In the show, he's got that longer hair, kind of that hermit, homeless type look, I guess you might say. And I think they did an interesting job of capturing the back of his hair here. The other thing that really stuck out is, with most of the Brickheadz, there is going to be, maybe a piece or two that's a unique printed tile. I did not notice any on the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure that are unique, which is good for people that wait and then decide later, so you can get the parts. Now, the Darth Vader, it does have some exclusive print pieces. You've got, of course, the chest plate, the belt, and then the mask up here. I really like the way that they did the eyes, how those are red. You can see those there. The technique, how they built that, is actually quite simple. It's just some curved pieces under there in that maroon color, but I think it really, really looks sharp. So I really do like how these turned out.
So now let me go ahead and tell you the story about how I was able to get a super rare minifigure. Back in May, I was transitioning between jobs, had a couple days off, and I asked my dad if he wanted to go down to the Star Wars celebration that was happening in Anaheim, California. So we go, and I was kind of sad to find out that the only option they had wasn't a rare set, but it was actually the chance to buy this set early. So this was May. This came out, I think, August 1st. So it was just a couple months early. And the only thing that really made it special was this band around it that says, "I got it here first, Star Wars Celebration Anaheim 2022. So they did have a great display at LEGO. They had some awesome mosaics. They also had a case that had every single LEGO Star Wars minifigure ever made in it, and that was cool. And then they also had like a life-size poster from Star Wars. They did have a shop where they were selling some items. I did buy a couple of the Brickheadz because my dad was there to get one for me, one for him. But most of the sets they had, I already had. But the one thing that they did have available that I was interested in was the Star Wars video game that came out, because it was the pre-order version, which I'd missed out, and it gave me the opportunity to buy the Blue Milk Luke. So I was able to get that. I was kind of excited because that was somewhat exclusive. And because I bought these, it put me over the $120 limit or whatever I needed to get a free gift. And they threw in a couple of poly bags. I didn't think much about it till I got home a couple days later. Pulled them out and I looked, and there was an Admiral Yularen figure. This figure, I think, goes for about $40, $50 on Bricklink. So I was pretty excited about that. With what I'd spent, I got that. That was kind of cool. Then I pulled out the other one, and it was the Shadow Arf Trooper from 2011, sealed in a poly bag. I had no idea that this was in there, nor how rare or expensive this figure had become. So I was super excited to get this. Definitely, something, had I realized, I might have got back in line, tried to buy some more stuff, see if we could get another one, right? But that is the story of how I was able to purchase a Brickhead and end up getting an awesome exclusive LEGO minifigure. So thanks for joining me for today's video on Jason's Bricks and 5, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, Darth.